Dudek back in third place, 7 points. It might just be a comeback on 7 points tonight. We'll wait and see. But for Robert Lambert, no such concerns for him, because he comes through in fine style there in heat number 19 to secure his semi-final berth. Lambert 3 points, good ride. Back in second place is Jack Holder, 2 points for him. Patrick Dudek there, back in third place. He's vulnerable now on 7 points. He's in the top 8, and so is Jason Doyle, but Doyle hasn't won a race tonight, and that may well prove to be his undoing. But there's no doubt that as we've got one race to go before the completion of the qualifiers, Robert Lambert, as I said before, has no such concerns about that.
Robert Lambert just jet propelled from the start there, really makes the bike work. Front wheel just enough in the air, you can see the bike's going forward. Opposite reaction there, Dudek just going a little too high, having to work the clutch far too hard doing that. The bike's not going forward. Jack Holder makes a decent start from gate 3, not working the best, and down the back straight Dudek making light work of Oliver Burnson on the first lap. But all about Robert Lambert, moves on to 10 points once again, qualifies for the semi-finals. Great second half to the season, that young man.
Yeah, superb stuff, and it's looking like Dudek will make it on 7 unless somebody leapfrogs him here. But Janowski and Vasilik are already in front of him. Szapelski is out of the night, and Dan Bewley can't catch him. No. So it's looking like 7 points with a race victory for Dudek. Secures a semi-final berth for him, and all of a sudden Dan Bewley's position in third in the world, he is going to be replaced by Dudek this evening as a consequence of that 1 point in his last ride. So heat number 20 then. Maciej Janowski going well here tonight. He goes from the inside in red. Martin Vasilik, the same for him, going great guns out of gate number 2 in blue. Anton Carlson coming in here as his first ride for Pavel Szapelski out of gate number 3 in white. And Dan Bewley looking to finish on a high here, going from the outside in yellow. Martin Vasilik started well, has continued on. Janowski also just one blip tonight. He's had 3 race victories to his name so far this evening, so good work by him this evening. But for Bewley, it's looking like Dudek is going to leapfrog him in the championship standings at the conclusion of tonight. Here we go then, heat number 20, and we're away. Look at Martin Vasilik just holding that thing absolutely flat out, and it's worked. He's got to the first corner and he's got out of the first turn. Here comes Bewley roaring on round the outside. Maciej Janowski trying to block that move from Bewley, but can't do. Bewley's through into second place, but Martin Vasilik, what a night he's enjoying, really riding so well. Conditions suits him, that bike's working, and he's coming on strong out in front. Bewley and Janowski going head to head here with Janowski momentarily into second place. He hangs on to it. Bewley can't respond. And Janowski is there, but for Martin Vasilik, smashing ride. Yeah, smashing ride. I said it for his very first race. When he starts a meeting in the fashion that he did his first ride, great from the start, great ride. He is very, very, very tough to beat, and he's opened up a nice gap here. You can see Bewley still searching to find the quickest line. He hasn't found the setup tonight. And Janowski we'll move on to 11 points. There we go then. Martin Vasilik finishes on 13 points. What a meeting he's enjoying. Terrific ride from him. Janowski coming through in second place, and it just hasn't been the night that Dan Bewley was looking for, and he was relegated back to third place. But the start, I mean, got to say, initially I thought that Janowski had made the jump, but Martin Vasilik powered to the front. 3 points for Vasilik. Second place is Janowski's, 2 points for him. Dan Bewley 1 point, and Anton Carlson coming in for his first ride this evening fails to score. So there's the top 8 for you, with Vasilik and Smarslik on 13 points, Janowski 11, Leon Madsen 10, Lambert 10, Freddie Lindgren on 9, Ty Woofenden's in on 8, and Patrick Dudek by the skin of his teeth with the that one race win. He's through in 8th place on 7 points, with Jason Doyle just missing out. Big semi-finals coming up. Martin Vasilik, he's having a smashing night and he's looking really good. But I tell you what, when we see the start again, his bike, I think it's Janowski that makes the jump here. He does. Yeah, it definitely reacts quickest. Martin Vasilik
not quite as quick from the best reaction definitely from Janowski, but yeah, just smooth from the start. Didn't have to work the clutch. Bike just pulled its way to the corner, and once he hit the front, he didn't look back. But you're right, he doesn't make the best reaction, but boy, it fires him to the corner, and a great ride from him. When he starts a meeting well, he can very often carry that momentum on throughout the night. 13 points, great performance from him.
Yeah, just when he needed it, because as we've said earlier on this evening, he's a rider that's chasing his Grand Prix future here this evening, and another round to come in Torren. Great ding-dong battle between Bewley and Janowski throughout the race, with Janowski coming through, with Bewley just missing out back in third place. But Martin Vasilik, this could be a turning point in his campaign. Came into this evening's meeting back in 11th place with 59 points. So with Jason Doyle missing out, Mickelson not here, all of a sudden an opportunity awaits for Martin Vasilik to really push towards the top six.
He's going to need to be winning Grand Prix in these last two rounds, though. He's, what is he, 17 points off the top six, and with Lambert, Janowski, Dudek all doing well tonight. It's a tough ask for him.
It is a tough ask, but he's won a Grand Prix already this year in Prague, so he knows what it takes, and he's a multiple Grand Prix winner, Martin Vasilik. There's no question about that. He understands what it takes. He's managed to win 4 Grand Prix in his Grand Prix career so far, so he's going along very nicely. Have a look at the gate stats once again, Chris, and the inside gate's still proving to be problematic, but gate 2 really has come to the fore big time, and gates 3 and 4 fairly even. With
going to be picks for these semis and the final. Quite interesting.
Yeah, very interesting indeed, and I think that where it favours Smarslik, where he won that race up against Madsen, so he's going to have a good pick for the semi-finals. And no surprise to see Smarslik and Martin Vasilik coming forward for their semi-finals, and gate 2 I think will prove to be very popular.
Yeah, I think it will be popular, and this series very much still alive in all quarters. Madsen still taking the fight to Smarslik. The podium positions, certainly for third place, still very much alive. Unfortunately, Dan Bewley having a poor result tonight. Dudek, Lambert, Janowski all still involved, and of course the top 6 as well.
Yeah, everything to race for Leon Madsen there, just having a bit of a think about where he's going to start from. Dropping 3 points in his last outing is going to make it that almost certainly he's not going to get a start line or start position that he would like. Let's say Janowski going along very nicely as well. So track grading now before the 2 semi-finals. So now this is when the World Championship could be decided. Leon Madsen through, so is Bartosz Smarslik. Advantage Bartosz Smarslik right now, because he'll have a more favourable pick, you would suggest. So let's have some more reflection on what we've seen so far this evening. So we've enjoyed 20 heats so far, and there's no doubt that they've been very entertaining indeed. So let's get down to Phil Morris, the race director now, who will take us through the gate choices for the semi-finals.
And the first choice for semi-final 1 is Martin Vasilik. Please select your gate colour. Martin selects the blue gate position. And the next to make the selection is Leon Madsen. Please select your colour for semi-final 1. Leon selects the white gate position. And the next to make the selection is Frederick Lindgren. Please select your colour. And Freddie selects the yellow gate position. And the final colour goes to Ty Woofenden, who has the red gate position. Thank you, guys.
So there we are then, the lineup for semi-final number 1 with Woofenden off the inside in red. Martin Vasilek, no surprise there, with gate number 2 in blue. Leon Madsen, gate number 3 in white, and Freddie Lindgren going from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. And
the first selection for semi-final 2 is Bartosz Marzlik, who selects the blue gate position. Next to make a selection is Maciek Janowski. Magic, please select your colour. Magic selects the yellow gate position. Next to make the selection is Robert Lambert. Please select your colour. Robert selects the white gate position. And the final selection is Patrick Dudek, who will have the red gate position.
so there we are then, semi-final number 2. The lineup is Dudek on the inside in red, Bartosz Marzlik out of gate 2 in blue, Lambert out of gate number 3 in white, and Maciej Janowski going from the outside gate. No surprise at all to see the gate 2 being chosen straight away by the best qualifiers for the semi-finals, but it is a surprise that gate number 1 was left as the last choice.
I was going to say exactly the same thing. I can't remember another occasion when gate 1 hasn't had a pick in either semi-final.
Well, we will see how it all works out now. Now, let's just reflect on the championship. Schmarzlik gets through to the final. Leon Madsen doesn't. Then the championship is Schmarzlik's. If it's the other way around, then we'll go to Torren for it to be decided. So it's getting down to the crunch now. And will it be Schmarzlik's night? Will he clinch his 3rd World Championship with a round remaining? Of course, the neutrals will want it to go to Torren, but I can assure you, Schmarzlik, if he can do it tonight, he really will want to do. He's not neutral. He's definitely not neutral. He's reasonably biased, but there's no doubt that Leon Madsen will want to keep it going for as long as he possibly can. So he needs to be in the first 2 here to make the final, to put the pressure back on Schmarzlik to make the final. If Schmarzlik doesn't, then of course we will then go on to Torren to see the shootout and the World Championship to be decided. But there's no doubt these are crucial moments for those 2 riders, and also the same for Martin Vasilek. As you say, with other riders going well tonight, Chris, you've got to say that Martin Vasilek will need at least 18 points out of tonight to really make headway with a round in Torren. Well, I expect him to go well in Torren. I'm sure it's a track he will relish. So a big opportunity for him. But
yeah, he's done his bit so far this evening. Unfortunately for him, the people he's chasing have also been reasonably successful.
They have indeed. And for Ty Woofenden, wants to make another final, had a bit of good fortune. Can he capitalise now? Gate number 1 hasn't been particularly fruitful. Only 2 race wins all night long so far in the first 20 races from there. So it's going to have to do something pretty special, but he's a special rider. So as I say, there's no doubt that it's an opportunity for him to make another final here this evening. Of course, Leon Madsen is carrying a warning, so he will have to behave himself on the start line if he wants this championship to continue. We don't want it with a warning, a second warning here, do we? It would be not very satisfactory at all, but nonetheless, that pressure is still looming over him. So here we are then, heat number 21, semi-final number 1. And riders emerging out on track. It's been a super night so far, and it's the business end of the evening where the big World Championship points are earned, that's for sure. And Martin Vasilek qualifying through on 13 points has elected to come out of gate number 2, which the stats would back up, there's no doubt about that, but we do often see that the stats can be undone a wee bit as you go into these latter stages of the night, that's for sure. The track is now freshly prepared for the last time of the evening, so it will be potentially a little greasy in this first semi-final, but nonetheless a freshly prepared track for these semi-finalists to encounter, and Leon Madsen has had that throughout the evening, so no change for him there because he elected to take the draw number 1. But tense moments now as we build up to the first semi-final. So Woofenden with a bit of good fortune last time, you've got to say, but a rider of his calibre, got to say he'll be looking to capitalise. He goes away from the inside in red. Gate number 2 in blue is Martin Vasilek. Gate number 3 in white is Leon Madsen. And gate 4 in yellow, excuse me, is Freddie Lindgren. And Freddie quietly has been going along nicely tonight.
He does that a lot. You know, you can sort of almost not notice him going through the 20 heats. Makes his way steadily to the semi-finals, and all of a sudden pops out and wins a final, which of course we've seen him do here. Picked himself up from a dreadful crash with Dudek.
Oh yeah,
only to go out and win the final, so we know he can do it.
A remarkable night that was, and Lindgren of course in front of his home crowd will want to make the final at the very least. So here we go then, first semi-final of the evening. Green light is on, takes up and we're underway. They roar into the first corner. Woofenden makes a great start. Lindgren chopping back to the inside, but the door is slammed shut by Woofenden. Smarslik certainly will be looking on keenly here with Leon Madsen out the back. Freddie Lindgren coming through into second place. Martin Vasilek into third. You just can't read this sport at times. Leon Madsen now through into third, but Woofenden defying the odds out in front here, Chris.
He is indeed. He looks a lot more settled in this one. Oh, Madsen's packed up. It's all over for Madsen. This would hand it to Smarslik.
It would indeed, as long as Smarslik completes the race in semi-final number 2, of course. But no doubt about the moment here for Ty Woofenden out in front. Got to say that he is looking for the final now, set for the final. Lindgren, what a dynamic move that was on the first turn. But down the back straight for the last time. Woofenden's going to go through to the final. He's going to be joined by the home crowd favourite Frederick Lindgren, and Martin Vasilek misses out. So you just cannot predict this sport at times. Bit of good fortune for Woofenden in his last qualifying race, and he makes the final. Martin Vasilek top scores and misses out.
Yeah, unbelievable. Lindgren, we see it so often. There's a dejected Leon Madsen. Yeah, he would be disappointed. But Lindgren, he goes about his business quietly, and then he just gets it together at the end.
My understanding, Chris, sorry to jump over you, my understanding is that Bartosz Smarslik has just got to complete 4 laps here, and he's going to be world champion. Ty Woofenden makes the final. Freddie Lindgren goes through with him, and Martin Vasilek and Leon Madsen just missing out. Drama here in semi-final number 1. Desperate times for Madsen, bike packing up at just the vital moment there, but he'd missed the start, and it was looking unlikely anyway. I think they're celebrating. Well, we're hearing now that as a consequence of that retirement from Leon Madsen, that retirement means that he can't be beat. And many congratulations, not the ideal way. I thought for a moment that he was going to have to complete the laps, but it isn't the case. And for Bartosz Smarslik, what a career he's having. 3 world championships in 4 years. That in itself is superb. Tony Riccarton in on the scene. And before he's even got to the start line in semi-final number 2, we've got a new world champion.
Yeah, it's cracking stuff. Fully deserved. Bartosz Smarslik. I see Jason Crump there just having a word with him. And moves on to 3. He deserves it, absolutely. He battles so hard in every race, every lap. He's surrounded by a great team. And, well, they'll be celebrating tonight, and deservedly so.
So just a moment to take stock now for Bartosz Smarslik. The championship is here. He's been under immense pressure this year for unusual reasons, with the suspension to Artem Laguta and Emil Sayfutunov. Everybody talking about him. It's going to be so easy for him to win this year. But he hasn't been at his best this season at times. Congratulations for Madsen. Of course, disappointment for him, but sheer delight for Bartosz Zmarzlik. Let's get some reaction now with Scott Nichols. He's joined by the new world champion.
Bartosz Zmarzlik, well, everyone was hoping to go down to Torun, but you proved everyone wrong, and you are three-time world champion.
Wow, this is unbelievable, because I'm looking for the first semi-final, and I don't know what to say after, because everything's so fine for me, and I'm really happy because I make it the world champion 3 times. I'm many times dreaming about win the world champion before last rounds, and I today make it, and I'm really happy.
So dreams come true, like you said, you've sewn it up. The T-shirt is in the background ready, so the boys are a happy camp. You must want to say a thank you to your team as well, because without them it's difficult to win a world championship.
I see now his team also so ready, and big thanks for everyone who helped me, because the really hard work all season, up and down sometimes, but I'm very regular in GP, so good for me, because I'm winning, and I don't feel now everything, but want also win today.
Yeah, you still have 2 heats left to do, so you still have to keep focused.
Yes.
Okay, well, you know what, I'll let you enjoy a little celebration and then go on and have a good rest of the night. Well done.
Thank you.
Brilliant stuff. A strange way for him to have won it this evening, but nonetheless he's done it. And for Bartosz Zmarzlik and his team, it's celebration time. Slightly odd moments this. It's only just beginning to sink in. Ordinarily you win a world championship by winning a race on track, but he was there, and as a consequence of the retirement for Leon Madsen, a little bit unsatisfactory for him, but nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a shame to see it decided that way, but you can't take it away from Bartosz Zmarzlik. Is it too early to start talking about 4 more and being the all-time greatest?
I don't
He's
know.
Only 27,
exactly.
coming into his prime, I would suggest.
Exactly. There's time on his side, and there's no doubt that he still retains the hunger, and he will push on for more, and there's no doubt about that. It's all about who can come and take it to Bartosz Zmarzlik in the upcoming season. So Zmarzlik's the new world champion. He's got a semi-final and a final if he makes it. He said there with Scotty Nichols that he wants to win tonight and go out in style. I'm sure that
doesn't know any other way.
No, that's the only way he knows how to go racing. So we all thought it was on the cards, and so it's proved. Zmarzlik, the world champion. Dudek, though, there, he'll be reflecting all of a sudden that he's pushing on for a bronze medal, but so will Lambert. So after a slight delay, I don't know why that was necessary, but here we go with semi-final number. Yeah, I think it was. And semi-final number 2 is now upon us, and absolutely right that we got an opportunity to talk to the new world champion. And Lambert first up at tapes for the second semi-final here this evening. The world champion, Artem Laguta, of course, the outgoing world champion who hasn't been out of turn a wheel. My thoughts are also with him, of course. It was desperate for him not to be able to compete in the world championship as a reigning world champion, but there's no doubt that Zmarzlik has done the business, and that meeting 7 days ago in Boyens, Chris, really was a pivotal moment when you reflect on this championship.
Yeah, I think it showed everybody just how determined he was to get the job done. You know, the last 2 or 3 races, last qualifier race, semi-final and the final, tough on his opponents.
They were indeed. Dudek there, just a few moments for him. Don't quite know what's going on there.
It's like a last-minute ignition change, I would suggest.
So the clock will be ticking now, so they'll have to get on. There's a spare bike ready waiting for him. So the lineup for semi-final number 2 then is Patrick Dudek off the inside in red. The new world champion will go out of gate number 2 in blue. Robert Lambert comes out of gate number 3 in white, and Maciej Janowski will go from the outside in yellow. And got a feel also for Martin Vasilik. I mean, what a night he had, and then missing out. I mean, crikey, really so topsy-turvy, this Speedway game. It's so tough, you know. It really looked like a finalist tonight, but just couldn't quite get there. So here we go then, semi-final number 2. Championship decided, but still plenty riding on the remainder of the movement on the outside from Janowski. They get to the first corner. Dudek shows Lambert chopping back to the inside. Brilliant move. Oh, he's just not quite. Oh, comes Smarslik round the outside. Fabulous move from him. Robert Lambert now through into second place. A hard charge from him to do that. Certainly Matej Janowski committing to the outside with Dudek just missing out there. Lambert's going to have to really have eyes in the back of his head here now.
Yeah, he's going to have to look for that run from Janowski on the outside, electing to ride on the inside, but Janowski really generating the spare. Tell you what, Robert Lambert made exactly the right decision there to stop the run, but straight back on the outside. Here he comes.
Brilliant stuff for second and third. Who's going to make the final? Lambert's got it at the moment. Smarslik's away. Looking comfortable. Here comes Smarslik out in front, but Janowski's now second place. Can Lambert respond? Don't think he's going to get there. The champion's through. He's into the final, and he's going to be joined by his compatriot Matej Janowski. Smashing race for second and third. Dudek misses out. Stunning move early in the race, that's for sure. Smarslik missed the fireworks. There's a few fireworks going off here, there and everywhere here this evening, that's for sure. But Smarslik, the world champion, with that interview with Scott, said he wanted to win the night, and he's got every chance. Smarslik wins the semi-final. He's through with Matej Janowski, Robert Lambert and Patrick Dudek missing out this evening. Janowski having to work very hard there, and the battle with Lambert was race long, but the champion showing what it's all about. Remained focused there. Couldn't have been easy after all the celebrations prior to the semi-final, but said he wanted to win, and he's got 4 laps to do it now.
Yeah, Smarslik had to wait through the preparation, sitting waiting for this to happen, then the celebrations after Madsen packed up, and still manages to put in a fantastic race. Coming from gate 2 here, Dudek makes a decent start. I think it's a great first turn from Robert Lambert. No room up the inside there, drags his foot, and looks like he's maybe going to go back to third place, but Smarslik around the outside. So much speed. Dudek's got his mind set on stopping Robert Lambert, which he fails to do, and Smarslik has all the space on the outside to make the move stick. Great ride from Smarslik. And, well, Janowski, I tell you what, he's back in the party because he's gone missing on many occasions. This is the most determined race I've seen from him for a long while.
Yeah, really good effort there from Matej Janowski. There are warnings being handed out here for Matej Janowski and Robert Lambert. Lambert is out of the Grand Prix now, so it won't be much of a consequence for him right now, but it will be for Janowski, of course. He'll carry it forward. But for the world champion, he's clearly delighted, not only of winning the championship, but making the final as well. He's a real thoroughbred, is Bartosz Smarslik, that's for sure.
Yeah, just because he's secured the championship, he's not going to stop racing. We're going to see more from him, I'm sure.
And in the next 10 years, the next decade as well, I would suggest. So the gate choice for the finals will be our next port of call, of course. But right now, just a few moments to reflect on the 2 semi-finals. Real dramatic stuff going on at the front and the back. Smarslik on the hurry up to get forward now to make his draw for the final itself, and almost certainly might well come out of a different gate. Or would he go for gate number 2 once again? Wait and see on that. But he's still focused, he's still maintaining. He'll want to go out on a high, or want to go out in style, I would suggest. So he makes his way forward now. Phil Morris will be conducting proceedings once again at this stage of the night. Of course, there's a home rider in here as well with Freddie Lindgren. And Lindgren was very forceful there in the first semi-final. I mean, that was a great move by him to come through and secure the final spot tonight. And as you said earlier, Chris, he goes about his business, and then suddenly he's there, isn't he?
He's in the final.
He's
Where
in
did
the
he
final,
come from?
yeah. So once again, Freddie clearly really fired up, and to do a great night, and making the final itself has been a terrific effort from him. And when you consider, we heard from him in the pre-show how his health really is holding him back to a degree. It's a great effort tonight, clearly inspired riding at home tonight. So Poland once again in the individual side of the sport at the very highest level are ruling the world, and with a rider like Smarslik you can see it continuing on for years to come. 3 world championships in the bag and time on his side. Who's going to come and take it to him? So let's get down to Phil Morris now, and he will take us through the draw for the all-important final tonight.
And the first selection for the final is the new world champion. Please select your gate colour. Bartos selects the blue gate position. And next to make his selection is Ty Woofenden. Please select your colour. And Ty selects the red gate position. And third to make his choice is Maciej Janowski. Please select your colour. Magic selects the yellow gate position. And the final gate goes to Frederick Lindgren, who selects the white gate position. Thank you, guys.
So there we are then, the final of the night, with Ty Woofenden going from the inside in red and Bartosz Smarslik coming out of gate number 2 in blue. Freddie Lindgren will go from gate 3 in white, and Maciej Janowski, a little undecided, will go from the outside in yellow. He must have been a little concerned about possibly that rider in gate 3. That may be why he hesitated just for a moment, but a good looking lineup here. And will the home crowd see Freddie Lindgren win here again? He's done it previously, and I must say that he's a sort of guy that you wouldn't rule it out at all, and he's done a great job to make the final tonight.
Yeah, he's the sort of rider that can just pull that one ride out. He's worked hard to get there tonight. And Smarslik, I did half wonder if he might have a go on either the inside or the outside, but no, stuck to his guns, gate 2.
Yeah, second pick was for Woofenden, and he resisted the temptation to go from the outside, which he's done previously, and he elected to go from that inside gate, which prior to the semi-finals was looking like a bit of a graveyard, and all of a sudden he wins his semi-final from the inside gate and has elected to go once again from that position. So will we see Ty Woofenden picking up a Grand Prix win for the first time in some considerable time? And it will be long overdue for him, and it will be just exactly what he needs. He had a bit of good fortune, you can't deny that, but once he's got in that position, you've got to say he has capitalised upon it. So good to see a former 3-time world champion going up against another 3-time world champion here in the inside 2 gates. So plenty of respect, of course, between those 2 lads. But Smarslik just doing it in a shorter period of time.
Yeah, 27 years old. There's plenty of time for him to continue to win Grand Prix. And Ty Woofenden had that second place in Prague, but been pretty quiet since then.
Yeah, it's been a difficult season for Woofenden, there's no question about that, but as I say, this is a timely move for him. He's going to move into the top 6 tonight with Lambert missing out, but Janowski's there, but every chance. What is he on, 74 points? Yeah, I'll tell you what, he'll be very close, very close. He needs to beat Maciej Janowski if he can. Just 2 points between them, but all of a sudden with a round remaining, Woofenden is looking a very threatening rider, pushing towards and securing his Grand Prix future for next year. So right now it's final time here in Melilla, and we've enjoyed a smashing Grand Prix, that's for sure. It hasn't disappointed. We've seen the championship decided, which we were fairly confident of it happening tonight. Not in those circumstances, but nonetheless, it's been done, and Smarslik has shown great character and determination to make the final. He could have literally have ridden round at the back and it wouldn't have made any difference at all, but he said in his interview he wanted to win the night, and you wouldn't put him past doing that right now. But there are one or two other riders here that are trying to re-establish themselves and get their Grand Prix back on track. So the line-up for the final then is Ty Wolfenden off the inside in red, Bartosz Zmarzlik out of gate number 2 in blue, Freddie Lingman will go from gate 3 in white, and Maciej Janowski going from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Big final here. And as I say, Janowski a win here, that would be timely, but it also would be very handy indeed for the other two riders in this race with Maciej Janowski and Freddie Lindgren.
I'm still trying to imagine Bartosz Zmarzlik riding round at the back. It's not something that
difficult to imagine, isn't it? Yeah, difficult to imagine, but he could have done, but he elected not to, and he won the semi-final in brilliant style. So one more race to go to finish round 9 of this year's championship. And the gold medal is in the bag with that man, number 95. But Dudek there, and will be disappointed not to have made the final tonight, but still a fairly good showing from the Polish rider. Here we go then, the conclusion of the night, final time. Start marshal is happy now. Craig Ackroyd, the referee. Green light's on and we're away. What a start from Zmarzlik. Absolutely flew away from gate number 2, turns it tight, down the back straight. Lingman coming on strong around the outside. Got to say that Wolfenden just trapped there, is aware of riders coming on strong. Lingman now through into second place. Is he through into the first? No, Zmarzlik slams the door shut.
Great ride from Zmarzlik. Did all the work on the first turn to stop the run of Ty Wolfenden, who'd made the comeback. I'll tell you what, Freddie Lindgren is putting an awful lot of pressure on Bartosz Zmarzlik. He's tempted him to ride defensively around the inside, and that's the right move.
Indeed it is, but Zmarzlik just reacted in the nick of time, hugging that inside line. Janowski's now moved through into third place with Wolfenden relegated to the back. What a way to finish the night here. Clinched the World Championship before he even rode in the semi-final, and he's going to go on and win back-to-back Grand Prix, and his third Grand Prix win of the year. Zmarzlik wins here in Malilla tonight, the new World Champion. Now we can relax, now we can take it all in. Celebrations can begin. Congratulations to him. What a way to round the night out. Good performance for Freddie back in second place. Janowski on the rostrum again. For that man, the night belongs to Bartosz Zmarzlik.
Yeah, the series belongs to Bartosz Zmarzlik. Fantastic performance from him. He's done his job impeccably tonight. And what a way to round it off, winning the Grand Prix here in Malilla.
He said he wanted to. You've got to believe every word he says, because he said it.
He wasn't kidding.
He wasn't kidding. As I say, he didn't rest on his laurels for a moment, and that just shows you the calibre of this man. And once again, it's a real gauntlet. There's no doubt that he is going to be a force to be reckoned with for some considerable time to come. Brilliant night for him, of course. It doesn't get any better than that. So his third world title and his third Grand Prix win of the season. So all of a sudden, he really has stamped his authority on this campaign. Zmarzlik wins the final nicely. Freddie Lindgren riding brilliantly for second place. Janowski makes the podium here this evening in third, and Ty Wolfenden misses out and finishes in fourth place, but 14 championship points nonetheless, very handy. But all sorts of presents coming over here. Brilliant moment for Bartosz Zmarzlik with the World Championship helmet there.
I like the paint job.
Yeah, gold paint there all over the helmet. Brilliant stuff for him. And as I say, how far can this man go now? It really is an incredible moment for him. Of course, at times he wasn't at his best this season, but he kept picking up the 12 points even when he wasn't making the finals. But these last two rounds, he's just absolutely turned up the wick.
Yes, he has.
And he's stamped his authority.
Yeah, I think you saw a certain young man like Dan Bewley starting to snap around his heels and putting in a couple of decent performances, and I think he just gave him that little nudge that he needed to find the best of himself. And back-to-back Grand Prix wins. What a way to take the title with a round to go.
And then, of course, in Wrocław, where he dropped those points to Madsen, of course, that seemed to spur him on as well with 16-point lead.
Yeah, But what a way to end tonight. Great start, just rocketed away from gate 2. Absolutely textbook. Just makes the bike work perfectly from the start. Down on just misses the apex there, has to get back to it. And Ty Woofenden's got to run up the inside, but Bartosz has put pay to that, just stops Ty's momentum. Lindgren puts in the challenge right around the outside. Bartosz Marzik there just looking over his right shoulder. Look, straight out to the fence entering the corner. He absolutely does not want Freddie Lindgren to be able to pull that move off the outside. Got everything covered, Marzik. He thinks so quick.
Yeah, the racing brain absolutely in top gear there, that's for sure. He had all the angles covered because Lindgren was pushing hard for a victory here this evening, that's for sure. But he was denied by that man who comes through in flying colours, that's for sure. Speedway out of the top draw here tonight and all season long for Bartosz Marzik. And the championship is his. So Smarslik just cruising around, just taking it all in now. And so we'll see the results of the evening for you now. 20 points to Smarslik, Lindgren back on 18, handy points for him. Janowski likewise, as with Ty Woofenden. Martin Vasilik missing out, but picks up 12. Lambert 11, Leon Madsen 10. Patrick Dudek on 9, Jason Doyle 8 points, with a lot of work to do with 1 round remaining to make the top 6. Might not be possible. And the remainder there you see with Dan Bewley having a disappointing night. But for that man, spotlight will be on him throughout the remainder of the evening, that's for sure. So we'll have a look at the overall standings after 9 rounds now for you. Bartosz Smarslik now pulling away out in front massively now with 2 consecutive wins. 148 points. Leon Madsen moving on to 118. Patrick Dudek now into 3rd place. And Robert Lambert into 4th place, with Bewley back into 5th. And Frederick Lindgren into 6th. Maciej Janowski hanging on to 6th place with Freddie Lindgren and Ty Woofenden on 88 championship points.